All right, so the session just pretty much opened 3 minutes ago. First thing I did was I sold the high here. Like price was still like open within yesterday's range on the RTH time. Let me actually just pull that up here exactly. So then I noticed the quick push to the upside, and then it just dropped. So what I did was I sold four contracts here quickly, and I closed it like plus almost 200 at that point. And now I'm actually trading towards the gut feel. That's the highest how to say. That's to me that's the most likely thing to happen, at least at the beginning. First, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, whatever. Let's see how long it takes. It can take sometimes more, depends on the distance of the gap. The yesterday's close, but yeah, I have that level on mind. The thing is, what I did, I closed the trade, the first trade, like I said, at a win basically. Not out of fear, I just literally closed it. I thought that it was just good, like 200 or something. So yeah. And then I noticed that it wasn't really trading any higher, so I sold again. I initially had 100 of risk around here, around the same level. I don't know if it is to trade higher. I don't know if it's gonna, retest and reject, whatever. But I think initially it makes a lot of sense to me to be short, at least for a short period of time. So yeah, that's what I did. So when I noticed that it was failing to trade higher, so that's yeah, just literally just short again. And the price nicely started to. I took a little while. I took some I would say a minute or minute and a half to actually tank. But that's exactly when it broke the low and it started tanking, like I said, 100 plus or something. I just went break even, as it wouldn't make any sense to take a loss at this point. I want to see if the price closed within this small consolidation here, and maybe if it fills the gap. If it does fill, then I'm just gonna be pretty much out for today, and that's pretty much it. I want to see what's likely to happen. Price is currently just. I actually just went down to check the structure on the 5 minute time frame, and well, so far it closed. The first bar is nice. I'm monitoring also yesterday's open, which is here, which price could definitely retrace from. Now it's just creating an inside bar, and I want to see what it does from there. I could get a stopped out definitely, but I want to see what it breaks, and also if it breaks and stop me out, I want to see rejection. If it doesn't, well, we'll see. But for example, let's say if it breaks the low, I want to see further push breaking this low here and maybe coming at the open or below. If not, I'll probably just time the trade unless I get a stop out soon, basically. Well, it initially rejected off the inside bar. It almost broke the low of this third bar, but then it just came back up just now. So, yep. I got a stop out pretty much break even, so I'm gonna see it with my hands tight and see if I get something cleaner. Well, it initially rejected off the inside bar. It almost broke the low of this third bar, but then it just came back up just now. So, yep. I got to top pretty much break even, so I'm gonna see it with my hands tight and see if I get something cleaner. So I did similar thing on the Dow. I just sold the break of the inside bar after I noticed that it was holding. I'm this little risk. I took two contracts. I have now like minus 77 or something. It's my stop, and yeah. Also, the Dow has like I think around 80% chances of filling the gap. That's why actually I'm going with the downside in this case. I want to see in Q what it does. I want to see. I don't know if it could take the break, the high of this previous bar and maybe tank from there. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but yeah, I want to reduce my risk by a little on the Dow, and I want to see if it's retesting now the first bar open, the low here, and I would like to see it tanking now, meaning breaking the low of this own bar because I think it actually did break here. Let's see the low of the third bar, 614, and the fourth bar, 615. So yeah, it hasn't broken yet. So I want to see this bar retracing and maybe let's see if it does want to break, but we'll see. I attempted to sell here after I noticed some rejection, but it wouldn't really do much, so I just quickly stopped myself out. I think I need to wait further. I almost got to stop down. It might, but I don't know yet. But I'm letting it retest it. If it stop me out there, it's okay. Well, the Dow just got to stop out basically at 60 or something like that, and I decided to short NQ after this bar failed finally, and it broke the low. I believe it should maybe come for this low here. I want to wait to see if it tanks and if it breaks the low of this bar and it retests is open. That's when I'm gonna go risk free and anticipate it to see a further drop towards the gap. I don't know if that's to happen, but I think so far the bar is reacting nicely. So I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna wait for a little bit. I'm gonna take a full loss at this point. So I want to see how it closes. It has like 50 seconds left. So yeah, I would definitely want to see close below this at least this third bar and then maybe continue further down. Well, I noticed this bar kept pushing a little bit. The close is not the best, definitely, but it brought the low of this bar, so that's why I decided to go break even. And this current bar is now, well, it traded a little bit higher under retest when it opened, and then now it's trading lower. I don't know if it's gonna break the low. I definitely don't want to see it rejecting because that means I'm probably just wrong and I'm gonna get a total break even. I do want to see it, of course. Of course, I'm short. I want to see it tanking, but let's see. I have no idea what's gonna be. Well, the price just this bar kept tanking. I remember break even, and then it did tag the yesterday's open here, basically by 0.25. So yeah, it seems to be bad, like it's rejecting nicely to the upside. So we'll see. Well, I decided to buy when this bar came back up. I stopped myself earlier. I took a buy and I wasn't so convinced. So yep, I'm seeing it again coming out. That's why I might see. I want to see if it maybe takes the highs, this electronic trading hours high that I have there, because it seems like it's rejecting nicely off the open. So that means that it might not fill the gap and then it just continues higher. So I want to see if at least it gets to the highs here and maybe if it continues breaking. But yeah, so far I'm gonna sit now and wait. I decided to go risk free on NQ after the close. I don't think it makes sense to take a loss at that point. And I also bought the break of the inside bar to the upside at the open on the Dow. I want to see if there's a further push, if they maybe synchronize and go to the upside. So far, NQ and AS they pretty much look the same. And Dow, let's see. I want to see a somewhat decent push. Maybe the retest here, this yesterday's highs, but we'll see. Well, Nasdaq wouldn't do much. It just retested and came a little deeper, so I got a subtitle break even there. And the Dow is somewhat breaking this opening bar high, but it's not like really clean. So that's also initially why I reduced my risk to pretty much, well, less than half. It's quite tiny loss in case I take it, but yeah, I don't know. Feels like so far, if I look at the overall picture of the market, like for example, like today only, it is so much overlapping, at least this first 25-30 minutes. So yeah, I want to see if the Dow breaks nicely. If it does so, for example, I want to see this close being above this high, and then I probably, well, even now, or even I'm just gonna remove my risk to pretty much none on the Dow and let it probably run maybe for the highs if he wants to get there or something. But so far, I'm not gonna attack Nasdaq because it's really not clean at all. So I want to see if the Dow gets start running if he wants to, and I'm just might be on top of that. But other than that, NQ, AS just look quite dirty. Even gold is not so clean. So I'm not gonna execute anything else so far on Nasdaq. I think it's just taking extra risk for no reason. Well, I took earlier short on NQ. Just got stopped out there at small risk. But yeah, I'm letting it be for now. And then I also shorted the continuation of the after the inside bar here was broken on gold. I want to see if it trades below the low of the open and also if it closes somewhere in the gap and below this, of course, the opening range, basically this first bar. And yeah, I'm gonna let it run a little bit to see if it allows me to eventually remove my risk. I had like yeah around 50 or 60 whatever at that point, so now I will gradually just remove it basically as it trades lower, if it does trade lower though. And well, like I said, well with the small losses that I've been taking, I just pretty much go like to a small red day today, like minus 30 for now. It doesn't really matter anymore like at all, but it's just that of course I want to see some price action like clean one, but we'll see where we get it, if we even get any. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I think it was good to just reduce my risk. It makes no sense to take a loss. So
Order filled.
I definitely don't like the volume itself. It's really kind of just getting lower and lower. But I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's more interested to the upside. So unless I see a clear failure, I'm gonna probably just remain bullish for now. Well, I was willing to buy the break on the Q again. This time I have a really small risk again, so I decided to buy 4 contracts here on the break. It might trade lower and stop me out, but it's okay. And I'm also attempting to buy the break of this bar on the Dow if it breaks higher. And also I'm also buying 4 because risk will be also lower here to this prior bar low. But let's see. Let's see what I want to do from now. Well, I decided to cancel the Dow because, well, it's still like someone hanging there. And I don't have much time, much longer time to really be on the market. So I think I'm probably about to call it a day, regardless of if Nasdaq tags the target or not. That's gonna be it for me for today. I want to be earlier. I'm still have some headaches, so I want to rest and I want to see if my head gets clear and I need to just recover basically. So I'm gonna pretty much let it be and just call it a day. That's gonna be it.
Order.
By the way, I don't know if it was in the last video, but anyway, well, the reason why I'm exiting it is like I said, I'm tired, I have headache, and I cannot, I don't want to be any longer in the market. I think I'm exposing myself too much. And the reason why I use in this case Fibonacci is because I don't have any clear targets to the upside. It's not like I'm scared of remaining in the market. It's just that I'm like feel like I'm somewhere in between, middle of nowhere. So it really makes no sense to take it longer. What I'm projecting here is -1 extension deviation from the low of the day towards the high of here, the swing of the open. So that's pretty much what I exited. So yeah, I'm tag out. I managed to, well, it was like around 200 plus trade. I, well, kind of managed to call it basically to overcome the little break drawdown that I had. And that's it. A small green day, but I'm gonna just let it be like this. I'm going myself set myself out of the session. This actually I don't like this a lot because it just chooses the session. So yeah, it's very much done. So yeah, I'm done for today. I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna later come to just take a look and see what I could have learned and if there's something that I could have done better. And yeah, I mean, I think it's still. I thought that initially the DAO would have gotten cleared faster than NQ or ES, but then it seems like it was the opposite. Now NQ kind of caught up, it closed above the range, and now it's just trading higher. So yeah, in the meantime, DAO is just taking the low of the bars, and somewhat is still like overlapping. So overall, it's not the cleanest day. Even gold didn't have really much follow up, at least for now. Like I said, I'm gonna come back later and see if I can learn something else.